what's going on? It's Stokely from South Sondole, man. Cell phones are a very dangerous thing to society so far. I mean, let's start from the children. The cell phone allows your children to be exposed to content that you're not aware of them being exposed to. Now, if they had a computer, if we had, like, let's say, a computer in the living room at one point, then, you could say, well, I can see what they're doing on the computer. If they're playing video games, for the most part, video games only have like a dedicated certain amount of content. Up until recently, now you have Roblox with all kind of content, and now you can watch YouTube videos and all kind of stuff on your console. But the children's exposure to pornography is out of control. Children's exposure to hate speech and bullying and all these things, it gets directly beamed into their head via these cell phones, and their feelings of inadequacy have magnified with the amount of materialism and opulence being flexed in front of them. Jealousy and social pressure is something that's innate to the human experience. It's innate to the monkeys. It's innate to the apes. We see, we learn socially. We learn by being around other people. So if you're learning by being around someone else, and let's say someone is flexing or whatever the case may be, and you can't obtain or attain that, within the timeline that you're trying to attain it, you're gonna feel inadequate. So these teenagers and even the younger children are in danger. Now, I was just inspired to talk about this because the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene released a post on Facebook stating that self-deletion cases have leveled off, but the self-deletion cases are still at an elevated number. They're at an elevated number, even though they've been leveling off. So it's a very tragic, and the advertisers know how to socially pressure us into purchasing products, and other advertisers that are not just associated with, advertisers know that. We already know that Facebook purposely promotes controversial and other kind of content that encourages hate and anger and discourse, because that creates more activity and that brings more eyeballs. All these things are making us more stressed, and stress is no good for your health and it's no good for your body. And when one person is stressed, they like to take it out on other people sometimes. So the cell phone is definitely a terrible thing. I was just watching a report, and I think I spoke about it. I was just watching like a little, like a crime show. And what happened was, let's go back. I was reading a report. In divorce cases, the word Facebook comes up in 75% of divorce cases, right? Facebook. Now, this case that I was watching, this crime case that I was watching on YouTube, a gentleman, he was using, or either him or his wife was using an app called Text Now. His wife used the app called Text Now, which is an online free texting app, and she used it to convince him to delete a whole family. She catfished and tricked him. His own fiance. She wasn't his wife. She was his fiance. So she tricked and catfished him into believing he was in danger of some people, and he ultimately ended up deleting those people. So, the technology, the cell phone, even though that wasn't a cell phone, that was a computer acting like a cell phone, it's putting people in danger. Now that specific case, it's at top of mind. That was a poor example. that was a poor example, but let's switch back, right? So the feelings of inadequacy cause stress, and if you look at apes and you look at monkeys, you got high ranking and low ranking. The ones that are in the low ranking level, they're under a lot of stress. So you look at people on social media, whatever, you feel inadequate, you start feeling stressed out. Then your adrenal glands start overproducing cortisol. Then your hair starts falling out. And then, you start to get hormonally imbalanced. And you start acting out. And you start eating the wrong way. Your digestive system is not working the right way. So it's not good. These cell phones needs to be abolished. Even though I like to use my cell phone, but hey, I can see that it's a very dangerous thing. So we got to get really into a healthy way of using these things. And there's a few celebrities that don't use social media in order to protect their mental health. And one person that I recall is Mila Kunis, who is married to Ashton Kutcher. And I think, I don't remember, I think it might be Demi Lovato. I'm not totally sure, but I know that Mila Kunis is one of them that doesn't use social media specifically to protect her mental health. But hey, if you're using it for business, use it for business. There's filters in TikTok, and there's content filters in TikTok. There's content filters in Instagram, where you can filter out certain words, certain keywords. Certain things still get through, but for the most part, you can filter out certain content that triggers you, makes you feel inadequate, makes you feel some type of way, And we're social animals. You're gonna feel it. People are gonna lie, and they're gonna say, "Oh, I'm not jealous. I don't got a jealous bone in my body. I don't feel inadequate." People like to lie. They like to lie to themselves. But we can look at statistics, and we know it. They're jealous. They're sick over it. Somebody else laughing, smiling, having fun makes them sick. And we got to do something about that. I think getting off of the cell phone, getting off of the TV, all these things might help. So anyhow, thanks for listening. Yeah. I'm back in my car. So let me just add some more to what I was talking about, since I'm back in my car again. I was looking. I just bought this health and healing book from Mercari, a used book. It only cost me $6. YouTube flagged me for health misinformation, so I gotta be careful, I guess, now, especially if I'm talking about anything that's I don't know certain things. But anyhow, I was looking in the area of the book that referred to stress management or holistic approaches to stress. I don't want to use a word. Holistic approaches to stress. Gotta fill in the blanks. Ginseng is also good for that. Now, I knew that ginseng helps in the lower insulin resistance. That's what I've heard. AI flagger. Okay. Ginseng also allegedly frees up testosterone. That's what I heard. But now this and ginseng helps to balance out your hormones, allegedly. So in the book regarding stress, it's saying that it's also good for stress, allegedly. And we know that cortisol is produced in the adrenal glands. Cortisol is a steroid, supposedly a corticosteroid, whatever that is. So it must be helping you in your adrenal gland areas, and it's also assisting to lower insulin resistance, so it's probably helping your muscles and the pancreas. If it frees up testosterone is produced in the adrenal glands, also in the brainstem, also in the testicles. No, I'm sorry, not the brainstem. Testosterone is supposedly produced in the adrenal glands. Maybe they're produced in the testicles also. I don't know. What am I saying? Let me say this. So that means a man and a woman's kidneys are different. Maybe. Is that what's going on? No, I don't know. I gotta look into that. Allegedly. Let's just keep throwing that word out. Hopefully it'll prevent my videos from getting flagged. Doing a little reading, there's different kinds of ginseng. The ginseng that I commonly consume is called red Korean ginseng. The ginseng that is known throughout the centuries is called Panax ginseng, and which is like from China. And then there's an American ginseng supposedly, and there's another ginseng I believe that's more easily produced, but I haven't been. I think I'm gonna try to find out what the difference is regarding the ginsengs. The one that's most extensively studied, from my understanding, is the Panax ginseng. I don't know what ginseng is inside of red Korean ginseng. I don't know. But anyhow, maybe you want to get with ginseng if you feel like you're highly stressed, or you feel as if you're hormone imbalanced, allegedly. I am not a doctor. I am not a professional. Different people get different results. Okay, so that's all I really gotta say. Manage your stress. Stay away from the triggers. If things are triggering you on your phone, block those things. Even if you enjoy them. Sometimes these things that you think you're enjoying, it's actually kind of negatively affecting you. It's only becoming part of your is becoming part of your entertainment, or it's grabbing your attention, but it's coming from a bad place. It's coming from a negative place. So maybe you wanna filter some of those things out. Unfollow certain channels, unsubscribe from certain content, and give yourself some peace. Give yourself, people talking about screen time. I think it's not just about the screen, it's the content. So, save yourself. Hey, thanks for listening.